Garden of Horror. Chris Vance. You'll never want to leave your house again. Top 3. Garden of Horror.
Welcome to the Garden of Horror. It's been maybe a few weeks since my last update. I've been really busy. So today what I'm going to show you, I don't have all my movies on shelves, but I just put them in alphabetical order. But what I'm going to show you is essentially my collection. So here we go. First movie, ABC's of Death 2. All Hallows Eve and Mischief Night. It's Afflicted. The Alien Anthology film. It's not open. I've not seen the transfer on this, but I heard it's pretty good. Alien vs. Predator. Most of my films are Blu-ray. You might get a few that aren't, like for this one. An American Haunting. And the reason why they're not on Blu-ray is because they're not available, or it's too expensive, but mostly because they're not available. An American Mary. American Psycho. The Amity Horror, the original from 1979. I apologize for the glare. Some of them are still wrapped. I haven't had the chance to watch them yet, but yeah. Amusement. Annabelle. An American Werewolf in London. Antiviral. The Apparition. This was a blind buy. I read it was a horrible film, but I haven't seen it yet, but it looks pretty bad. And this movie was terrible. The Atticus Institute. And one of my favorites, The Audition. That's it for the A's, so let's go on to the B's. Next up for the B's, we have The Babadook. This is a great slipcover. It's a pop-up book. Ready? Spooky. It's kind of reversed, but the camera, if it's in a word or it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook. Pretty cool. I have a cat, guys. I don't know if you saw my last video, but she's wandering around everywhere. She's trying to attack everything. The Battery. It's a good zombie film, low budget. I enjoyed it. I want to say it's about zombies, but they're in there. It's mostly about a friendship between two guys. Next we have The Beyond. It comes with the soundtrack. This whole setup is amazing. Grindhouse put this out. It's great. And I believe this glows in the dark too. I haven't I haven't tested that out. Next, we have The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Black Christmas. Black Sunday. Black this. And then my uncle's movie, Blackula, but he actually did the sequel, Scream, Blackula, Scream. His name is Robert Kelging. The Blair Witch Project. You know, one of the first found footage films in modern day era, I suppose. The Boogans. Good creature feature film. You know, Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's a great period piece. I really like period films, the whole Victorian Gothic era. And then next we have The Burning. Next we have The Seas. Next we have Cabin Fever. Yeah, The Cabin in the Woods. Thor's in here. I don't know. I laughed when I first saw this. I believe I saw it after Thor, but this is a really good one. We have The Cannibal Holocaust on Blu-ray. I haven't opened it yet. I've seen this movie twice. I might never open it, but it's pretty shocking. I'm sure everybody's seen it. Next we have The Chernobyl Diaries. Then we have another one by this director, The City of the Living Dead. We have one of my favorite movies came out recently, The Conjuring. I believe they're making a sequel to this one. You know, Annabelle, the prequel, and The Conjuring 2. Next we have The Curse of Chucky. I enjoyed this one. You know, I enjoy when they remake slasher films. I don't think they really ruin them. But gotta love technology, right? Unless it's all CGI, but they do it right. It's okay. Next we have The Curtains. Good one. This one's real trippy. Now we have the D's. I'm going to start it off with Dark Knight Scarecrow. Then we have 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. Double feature. Dawn of the Dead. Day of the Dead. And then we have the remake of Dawn of the Dead, which I enjoyed. Then we have Deathbed, the bed that eats. Pretty trippy. Then we have Dead Alive. Peter Jackson before he did the whole Hobbit, Lord of the Rings thing. Another Dead, Snow. Dead Snow 2. Red vs. Dead. I believe it's called, yeah. We have Dario Argento's Demons. We have The Devil's Backbone. Covered up the price there. Forgot about that. Criterion, so obviously it was a decent amount of money. Got Rob Zombie's The Devil Rejects. Then we have George Romano's Diary of the Dead. This is a great found footage film. I enjoyed it. We have Adam Green's Digging Up the Marrow. And then last up for the D's, we have The Dorm That Dripped Blood. Okay, next up we have the E's and the F's. I don't have that many E's, so let's start it off. Steelbook of Evil Dead, the original, with Bruce Campbell. Then we have Evil Dead 2. The remake of Evil Dead. I enjoyed this reboot. The only problem I had were the acting. The acting, I just hated. I just disliked them in general. Did not like the characters. And then Exorcist. Next are the F's. Fear Clinic with Robert Englund. Beast. This was a blind buy for me. It's a comedy. Apparently, there's a whole. It's a franchise. Well, 3 of them, but it's fairly alright. Got The Fog by John Carpenter. Found another DVD I own because it's not on Blu-ray, but this was a movie. That's all I'm saying. You guys should actually look up the trailer. The Fourth Kind. I could never finish this movie for the longest time, but I've actually finished it. I believe like a year ago. I don't know why, it just spooked me out, but it's pretty good. Alien film. And we have Friday the 13th, the original one, when Jason's not in it. That kind of blew my mind when I first saw this. We had the remake. I actually seen the remake before I've seen the original, right? They actually included the first one with the whole mother doing her thing before Jason became Jason. I didn't realize that, but it's pretty good. You got another Adam Green's film, Frozen. Next up are the G's. We have The Girl Walks Home at Night. This is a movie that just came out recently. It's pretty. It's in black and white. It's a pretty serious slip cut and everything. Even comes like a graphic novel. I'm not sure if the movie was originally a graphic novel, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got that new fresh smell. It's a good one. And we have Graduation Day. That's it for the G's. Naturally, H is next, so expect some titles in here that everybody recognizes. For instance, Halloween, the Digibook, the 35th anniversary. Then we have Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween, which I thought was killer. Then we have Hell. Hell's like a end of the world type of movie, survival. We have Adam Green's Hatchet. Which Kane Hodder's in. And we have the third one of Hatchet. I don't own the second one, but I plan on getting it. Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Then we have the remake of Hills Have Eyes. Which, rumor has it, Rob Zombie is doing a sequel, not a sequel, a prequel to the Hills Have Eyes. Animated. It's based on a graphic novel. Who knows? It's a rumor. I don't know why it has to be animated though. Next we have Hostel by Eli Roth. And then Hostel 2. Then we have Honeymoon. The woman from Game of Thrones is in here. One of the wildlings. That's what it's made me want to see it. It's kind of a slow burner. Then we have Horror Express. Christopher Lee. We have Housebound. It's a good foreign film. It's black comedy. Australian. It's pretty good. The Houses of October Built. It's a good Halloween film. And then we have another Rob Zombie film, House of a Thousand Corpses. Next, we're going into the eyes now. Inferno, Dario Argento's. Insidious, I Saw the Devil. This is a pretty good revenge film. It's amazing. And another revenge film, I Spit on Your Grave, the remake. Much better than the original. For the Jays, I only actually have one film, and Jennifer's Body. I'd rather have 0 films in the J limit, like the K's, which I don't have any. So we're going to the L's. So we have The Last Exorcism, which is titled ironic, because it'll never be the last exorcism. The Last House on the Left. Let the Right One In. Another Rob Zombie film. Tell him I'm a Rob Zombie fan, right? I hate his music, but his movies are good. Lords of Salem. The articulate cover. I don't know if you can really see it, but everyone's seen it, I'm sure. And The Loved Ones. DVD because it's not on Blu-ray. Next we have the M's. Original Maniac. Remake Maniac. 2001 Maniacs. And then a Scream feature, which is called, I don't have the barf bag, but you guys guessed it, our edition of Mark of the Devil. This wild movie, Martyrs, I believe they're making an American remake of this. I wouldn't mind being less torturous at the end, but let's just hope the intro they don't mess with. Masters of Horror, Volume 2. I believe I've the Volume 1 coming in the mail today, along with some other good ones. See what happens. Clive Barker's Midnight Meat Train. Look at that back. It's pretty bloody. We have Muck, which I feel like a lot of people dislike this movie, but the guy at the end reminds me of Bruce Campbell's part in Evil Dead. You know, just like a quirky guy who just has an iconic weapon. You know, Bruce Campbell's was a chainsaw. This guy's was, what was it? I think a whip or a golf club. I don't know. It was something really, a baseball bat. I think it was actually. And then we have the remake of My Bloody Valentine. Now on to the ends. We have Night of the Demons with the slipcover. We have the original. We have the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Another George Romano's Night of the Living Dead. Then we have a werewolf film, Late Phases, or it actually has 2 titles. Night of the Lone Wolf. That's why it's in the ends, but I definitely recommend this one. It's pretty nice. All right, so we're halfway there. Halfway there. So we have onto the O's. We have Only Lovers Left Alive. I'm putting this here because it's a vampire film, even though it's a love story. But the music in this film is amazing. And both actors and actresses just play it so well. It's a great one. Got The Orphanage, covering up the price. You know, that classic Christmas movie, like rip off the price so nobody sees. I've The Others. Like I said, I really like this whole Victorian Gothic period piece films. I have a video nasty film, The Possession. I bought this from Scream magazine at a convention recently. He said it's region free, but I haven't tested it out, so we'll see what happens. We have Prometheus. Then we have Prom Night. Alright, so it's done with the O's and the P's. Now we have the Q's, which is the quiet ones. That's the only Q I have. So naturally we're at the R's. The Reanimator, which I believe this movie is based off of a H.P. Lovecraft's story. But it's really good, actually. Some people consider this a comedy, but I suppose it could be a comedy. A lot of 80s films I would consider comedy. And we have an amazing zombie film, one of the top of my favorites, Return of the Living Dead. And we have Rosemary's Baby. This glare is like really bad. Then we have the Steelbook, The Ring. And we got like some art on the back. You can tell I'm putting everything back on my shelf, so you see my collection like slowly building up, you know. Alright, so we have the S's. Hey, almost done, guys. I'm trying to keep this like short as possible. The Shining. So glary. I can't take it anymore. Silent Hill Revelations. I read somewhere they like can't. I never played the video game, but apparently they're canceling the new one that was supposed to be released. I don't know. Just heads up on that one. If anyone's looking forward to it, sorry to break the news. Okay, so we have Silent Night, Deadly Night. Cool Christmas one. We have another one of my favorites, a recent. I believe the sequel's coming out, and that is The Sinister. I was actually watching this with my sister one day. She had to have the lights on, and she's like 24. It's funny. Sleepaway Camp. Love this one. Hated the other two that came up after it. It's atrocious. It's really bad. And we have Spirits of the Dead. I'm not sure if that many people have heard of this one per se, but it's an anthology film. The third one is really reason why you would get this one. Another movie that came out recently I enjoy, that's Starry Eyes. We have Stepfather. Then we have, cover up the prize, The Strangers. I have his mask, this Fulio's mask. But I have no idea what happened to him. I'm kind of mad. Then we have Suspiria. I believe this is Region B. It's Region B, so I need to invest in a all-region player. See what my cat's doing back there? Her name's Luna. Hey, Luna. she's the best, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so tease. Tales of Two Sisters on DVD. Oh, there's the price. I don't have the Blu-ray player. There is no Blu-ray available for this, but I do have the remake Blu-ray, and that'll be in the use, obviously. Now, to go into my favorite franchise of all time, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let me repeat that again. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm talking this condenser mic I have over here. Yeah. So I have a lot of them. I don't have all of them yet, but that was the original. I haven't opened it yet, but I don't plan on opening it. I heard this one's amazing. That release. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel, the one that came out in 2001, I believe. 2003. The remakes, I really enjoyed all of them, especially this one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. This one came out in 2010. This one was my favorite one out of all of them. And then, Texas Chainsaw doesn't have the word massacre after it. It's the most recent one. What to say about this movie? It was a mess. It was literally there were like scenes that should have been not there. The time frame was all out of whack. I don't know what they were thinking. But that actress in this film is pretty sexy. She was in True Detective. She's actually in Always Sunny. But even she's not even a good actress. This is pretty much for a movie for everyone to look good and have a crazy psycho guy chase him down with a chainsaw. And I mean, it's awesome that they actually used the original guy who played Leatherface, but the guy that was in the beginning, the movie Texas Chainsaw movie, the beginning, he's like this big, like, monstrous guy. Like, I would definitely pick him. Or even, like, Rob Zombie's Halloween. They chose a wrestler who was like this big guy. Some like old guy can be. This goes along with the time frame. The guy's got to be 6 years old, and this guy's carrying a full like chainsaw. He's like running down like these. In the film, they're supposed to be 40 years old or like late 30s at most, or like mid 30s. But they're playing like college kids, and this guy. Don't even get me started. All right, so we have John Carpenter's The Thing, but let me go back. But I did enjoy it. If they didn't have like the mistakes that bother me, I would enjoy it because it's Leatherface. I don't know why it was in 3D. There's maybe like one or two scenes that were 3D, but Hollywood, right? So we got John Carpenter's The Thing. We got The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Yeah, a lot of them aren't open up because I've been ordering a lot of movies. I got Trick or Treat. Then we have Troll Hunter. I also don't have a lot of time to watch them, but comedy. Tucker vs. Dale vs. Evil. This is a movie to check out. I've seen it. It was on Netflix. It might still be on Netflix. It's fun. It's a popcorn movie with like a few friends. Alright, and for the rest of the alphabet, it's not that much left, but we're getting there. We have, I believe we're on to the U's. We have the Tales of Two Sisters remake, The Uninvited. It's okay, but not really. Tales of Two Sisters is amazing. We got You're Next, You Are Next. Alright, then we got to the V's. We have VHS. It's a good one. And we got the second VHS. My favorite one. Slip cover makes it look dirty, but it's not bad. I mean, it's typical skull. Then we have the horrible, horrible one called Viral. VHS Viral. I hope this is not the third one because I would assume it would have 3 after it. Onto the W's. I have another DVD called Weird. Or Where. I assume it's Where because it's werewolf. It's a werewolf film. Could be weird. It's from director Devil Inside, but yeah, it's a good one. I rented this from Netflix one day. I would definitely check this one out. It's a good horror werewolf film. I got Wolf Creek 2. Surprisingly, I got the slipcover with it because I ordered it so late. Alright, what year did it come in? 2013, yeah. I'm surprised. Amazing movie, slasher. Then we have Wolf Cop. This movie was just ridiculous. I have no words. You just have to see it. It's ridiculous. It's pretty funny. Got Woman in Black, the remake. This actor is playing the Frankenstein. The new one's coming out, along with the guy that was in played Professor X and X-Men, the younger version. And it's based off the original novel and should be. I'm sure it's gonna be really good. I really can't wait to see it. We got Woman in Black 2, the sequel. Amazing cover, love it, but not the movie. We have X's, the X-Files, the film. I can't wait for them to bring this show back. They have a lot of horror television shows coming out. They have Suspiria, Scream, Scream Queen, the New American Horror Story. They have there's so many. There's this anthology film that's coming on series. It's coming on CW. It's Tales of the Dark Side, I believe it's called. I don't know, but there's like there's a few more and others, but it's wild. I'm excited, so excited. So the anticipation for the last film is actually the most iconic zombie base, and I'm sure you guys know what it is. Zombie. So that's my collection for now. I should be doing the review for the second episode very soon. I've just been really busy. Alright, well, take care, guys. Follow me on Instagram if you like. There's monthly updates on that. That's Chris Vans on there. I believe there's 2 underscores. Alright, take care. Later.